There are some things that are not meant for everyone. Things that only make sense to you at this point in your life. Things that feel almost sacred. These are the dreams we hold close to ourselves. Anything more than a whisper and they vanish. So fragile these things are. In military terms, visibility is vulnerability. A plane flying high and broadcasting its position practically invites interception. Radar locks on, missiles launch, countermeasures activate. Suddenly the sky becomes hostile because the plane revealed itself before it was ready to defend itself. Personal change works the same way. When you announce your plans too early, you expose something fragile to forces it cannot yet withstand. You invite commentary, opinions, doubts, jokes, concern disguised as advice, sometimes even hostility. Your growth starts making noise in other people's minds. Some people feel judged by your ambition. Some feel threatened by your discipline. Some project their own failures onto your intentions. And some genuinely worry about you. But even worry can weaken your resolve. Each reaction is like a missile launched from a distance, aimed not at your results, but at your confidence. And early on, confidence is thin armor. Most people sabotage their own transformation before it even begins. Not because they're lazy, and not because they lack discipline, but because they announce it too soon. The moment you say, I'm quitting drinking, I'm starting a business, I'm going to change my life, you light yourself up on everyone's radar. There's a popular belief that sharing goals creates accountability. In theory, that sounds reasonable. In reality, it often does the opposite. Psychologists have noticed something strange about human motivation. When you announce a goal publicly, your brain often treats the announcement as partial progress. You receive social recognition for something you haven't done yet, and that recognition reduces the drive to actually finish the work. The applause comes early, and the work loses urgency. But there's another problem. Once you've declared your intention publicly, every stumble becomes visible. Every delay needs explanation. Every pause feels like failure. Instead of focusing on the work, you start managing how others perceive you. You begin explaining yourself, defending your progress, softening expectations. The process becomes heavier, not lighter. Staying under the radar removes that weight. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to justify your pace or defend your decisions. You're simply doing the work. But personal change doesn't only affect you. When you begin to change, the dynamics in your relationships start to shift as well. You stop playing the role people are used to, and people tend to react to that change, sometimes without even realizing what's happening, sometimes with skepticism. That won't last. You've tried this before. Why are you doing this now? Don't take it too seriously. These comments may sound harmless. Sometimes they even sound supportive. But underneath them is a simple message. Stay where you are. Don't make me adjust. When you move quietly, resistance never gets a clear target. There's no announcement for people to push back against. No promises to question. And by the time the change becomes visible, it's already past its fragile stage. The work has been done. The momentum is there. All that remains is the result. At that point, there isn't much left to argue with. Silent change is strategic change. There's a quiet power in moving without announcement. It allows you to experiment without pressure, to fail privately and learn faster, to adjust course without embarrassment, to build identity through action, not intention. You're no longer trying to change. You're simply changing. And when people finally notice, it's not because you told them. It's because your behavior no longer fits the old pattern. That moment matters because change that arrives without warning is harder to challenge. There's nothing to argue with, no promises to mock, no predictions to invalidate, only results. By the time others realize you've changed, it's already done. The plane has already passed overhead. The mission is complete. The defense is never activated because there was nothing to lock onto. People may still react. Some will be surprised. Some will be uncomfortable. Some may even resent it. But at that point, it no longer matters. Your change is no longer a proposal. It's a fact. And facts don't need permission.